Hey guys, this video is a video about if going to college was worth it for me and if you should go to college, because I feel like some people are thinking if they should go to college or not. And I'm just going to tell my experience about it because right now I'm a senior in college. I go to a place called Virginia Tech. It's a pretty good engineering school, and I go there for mechanical engineering. That's my degree right now. After this semester and the next semester, I should graduate, assuming nothing goes wrong, and I should be going into a mechanical engineering job. And those jobs pay pretty decently. Like the most profitable, lucrative engineering job is software engineering. Like people like to debate if computer science is engineering or not, but I think it is. I mean, there's two sides of it. You can either go into more theoretical part of computer science, which is like all math, and then the other side, which is the more applicative part of computer science, where you actually apply like the coding stuff. I mean, that's just a tangent. Computer science makes a lot of money out of college. You can make six figures straight out of college if you do computer science. But mechanical engineering, it's a little bit closer, maybe like $80,000 a year. But that's kind of my trajectory right now. I'm just gonna talk about like my experience of college so far and if I think it was worth it. So in the beginning, I went to college in during the COVID lockdown. So it was the senior of high school, and through the second half of senior high school, I completely had to be shut down inside my home. A lot of other people had to do that too, and the rest of senior high school was pretty much online through Zoom, and that kind of sucked ass because I didn't even pay attention to class anymore at that point. Like I was actually like digging my classes. I was taking some classes like AP Lit, AP Calc BC, AP Physics, AP Stat, and AP Gov. Like I was taking a bunch of APs, but I was doing that in the senior of high school. And what ended up happening is that when I took the AP exams, I kind of flunked on like most of them. Honestly, I only passed like two of them. I think it was AP Stat and AP Calc BC. Everything else I did not get credit for. Physics, okay, AP Lit I got a 3, but I could have done, if I got a 4, I wouldn't have to take English 2, and I had to take that in college. So I went to college right after that Zoom class, and there was actually an option for me to stay online the whole time for the first year of college. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna save some money and I'm gonna just do that, and I'm gonna just chill in the first year of college, and I'm just gonna be at home doing all the online bullshit. And that was cool. And I went through that first year of freshman year of college, and like in the morning, like my life was fucked up, dude. My sleep schedule was ass. Like I was literally sleeping at like 3 a.m. because I've been playing League of Legends with my friends all night. And then when I wake up, I'm like, all right, it's time to do my classwork. And like sometimes, like I remember I literally slept through an exam because I forgot that exam was gonna happen. At that time, it was for my physics class because I had to take physics again, and I slept through that shit. And I was begging my teacher, bro, please let me take the exam. And God bless his soul, man. He said, yeah, man, no problem. And I went to take that exam, and I got like a 60% on it. Okay, I mean, 60% in an engineering exam is not bad, but physics was not that hard. I somehow ended up an A minus in that class, even though I fucked up the rest of the shit. Like in the beginning, I did pretty well. Like I got like a 90 on the first exam, and everything else just went downhill. I think the second one was 75, and then the third one was a 60. But I somehow still ended up an A minus in that class. I don't know how, but my first years in college, my first freshman year, it went really well. Like usually take stuff like calculus and English, like the core classes. Like the first year of college is your AP exam classes, like the AP courses, because AP courses in high school are first year of college courses mostly, and then the second year courses are more like multivariable or linear algebra if you take that in if you're really smart in high school. So I was just doing those classes at first. They were really fucking easy, man. I ended up with a really good GPA. I think my GPA for my first year was a 3.61, which is pretty solid. Of course, like some people like are way smarter than me and like with more hard working than me, they get like 4s and shit. But 3.61, that's helping me so much because the next couple years it just went downhill, bro. So my second year of college, that's when I actually went into college, and I went there in online. I didn't go there online, but I went there in person, and I went to somewhere like some weird hood apartment. I'm in a new one, just my current one right now, and this one's actually cheaper than my previous one because my previous one, the rent was like $1,000 a month, man. Like, but the thing is that I'm not paying for the rent right now because my parents are paying it for right now because they got like the money to do that. I mean, my parents aren't like super rich, but like we're definitely at least stable enough to like get the stuff together. I do plan to, like, once I get more money, I'm gonna pay them back, bro, because they helped me so much in my journey in college, man. Like, I'm really being carried by them financially, and I need to pay them back. But anyways, sophomore year of college happened, and that was a complete shit show. I'm not gonna lie, bro. My sophomore year of college is, I think the first semester I did take a class called numerical methods. So I finally get into mechanical engineering because at my school, in the first year it's something called general engineering. You're not actually in your actual engineering class yet, but then second year, their sophomore year, that's when you're actually in the degree, and that's when I was in mechanical engineering. I was taking mechanical engineering classes, and there was a class called numerical methods, and I completely fucked up that class, man. I got like an F or something. I had to withdraw that class in the first semester, and that was not good. All my other classes, I wasn't really doing as well as I did in the first year. I was getting like C's and B's and shit, right? And I was like, okay, well, this kind of sucks because I didn't have my life together at the time. At the time, I also like started trying to go to the gym, because what also happened in sophomore year of college is that I tried to do my school's marching band, but I got rejected because my marching was shit, and that's because my health was so bad, dude. I was really 300 fucking pounds or some shit, but I don't know why my fat ass was trying to do some marching band when I could even fucking barely walk a mile, and I was trying to do that shit, right? And I was like, dude, I got rejected from this. I'm just gonna try to go to the gym, and that's my catalyst for why I went to the gym, because I was tired of being an unhealthy fat ass motherfucker. And that started my journey through the gym, and I eventually got like injured because I was trying to do deadlifts and I fucking hit a sciatic nerve or something. My back got fucked up, and then recovered that on my own because I tried to like do some remedy practice on my own, and I fixed it through like changing my posture for walking, instead of like, because I used to walk toe to toe, but now I walk heel to toe, and now I'm like all good again, and I'm going to the gym again, and I'm like the healthiest and strongest I've ever been, man. I guess chill, man. I'm trying to not get injured like that ever again. But anyways, that was like the sophomore year of college. That's when I started going to the gym and trying to get my life together. Because at the time I was also playing a shit ton of video games still, like League of Legends, Osu. Like Osu is like another game. I don't play Osu as much anymore. Like I don't really play as many video games anymore nowadays. Like if I'm gonna play video games, it's probably like what, like maybe 5 hours a week maximum, maybe even a little less than that. But I'm not really playing a lot now because I'm trying to work on my school and on my health and on this like extra like side hustle stuff. Like I'm also doing this YouTube stuff because it's kind of just like I just want to have an outlet for my life, like just a vlog type. But that's kind of why I'm making these videos. And what ended up happening the sophomore year of college, that it kind of ended up like, all right, kind of shitty. I ended up with my second year of college with like pretty low GPAs. Like it wasn't like failing GPA, because I definitely passed most of my classes. The numerical methods, I did, like I had to take that again in my second semester, and I ended up getting like an A in it because I got my shit together. I locked in. And the second semester though, I still didn't do as well on my other classes. Like I did take some classes called statics and deforms, and those were absolute shit shows. Like I did the homeworks and stuff, but I ended with like C pluses on them. I mean, C plus is pretty decent for engineering, but for my standards, I was like, all right, I'm getting C's on like all my shit, dude. And that was an absolute disaster. And the second year of sophomore high school, I barely passed that. My GPA tanked. I went to like a 3.1 or something. I don't know, but that's what happened. I should also talk about this, but I just want to talk about like my financial situation, because I feel like that's kind of what is the biggest issue for people in college, is that it costs too much money, right? The thing is that my financial aid, I applied for financial aid like FAFSA, and I got the Pell Grant, and I actually maxed out on the Pell Grant because my family is like, again, we're not super stable income, but I actually got a shit ton of government aid. And my first year of college, I only had to pay like $2,000. Like my parents paid it because I don't have the money, and they paid it. I'm gonna pay them back later. And I think I also had to take some loans for the like second semester, because I don't think they give you a lot of financial aid on the first year. But then I only have to pay like $2,000 or something. And on my loans right now, I have to pay $3,500 in loans. And that's probably the last amount of loans I'll have to pay. And I'll get back to that later on. But yeah, what ended up happening is that my sophomore year of college, I also got a scholarship. And I got that scholarship, and it was like for academic excellence. I didn't even like, I don't think I applied to it, but I just got it somehow. And I had to like write some letters and shit back, but it's free money. So I just like, all right, fuck it. And then sophomore year of high school, the price to attend college was like even more down, and I didn't have to go like pay like $1,000 like I had to do in my freshman year. I think it was actually free, but or like maybe even like a little bit of money, maybe a couple $100s for my tuition. So I got pretty lucky there. But anyways, my third year of college happened junior year. That was last year. My first junior year's like semester, it actually went pretty well. Like I actually got like a B pluses on all my classes except one class called econ. That class is absolute hell, and I got a C minus on it. I barely passed, but everything else I got B plus, like fluid mechanics, vibrations, and some other class. Oh yeah, mechanical design. I got B pluses in all of those courses. I don't know how, man. Like those courses are hard as shit. But then the next semester, it kind of went downhill again, and I was kind of like, all right, I don't really know, and I kind of barely passed in the next semester, junior second half semester. But that's all that matters, man. As long as I pass. But for the financial side for the junior year, again, it was like very little because I got the scholarships again, and I was like, dude, I don't even know what I did to deserve this, but I'm paying so little. I'm just going by. And then on my senior year of high school, that's what I'm at right now, or senior year of college. So I did most of my credits because I did get like credits from AP exams, mostly Calc BC. That got me so much credits. But I basically only have to do a little bit of classes. Like I was originally only gonna do 12 credits for this semester, and then next semester 6 credits. But I gotta do 12 and 12 because I got a scholarship that requires me to do full time for both years. So I'm like, all right, it's cheaper for me to take more classes. So fuck it, man, I'm gonna do that. But I got 2 scholarships, and they gave me a lot of money, and with the money is actually free, my tuition for senior year and on the second semester. So I'm kind of just chilling. All I gotta do is just pass the classes, and I did do like a job interview like a few weeks ago, and I think it went well. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but if I do get it, I'm gonna be financially stable. I don't gotta worry about money. I can pay off my student debt and all my like money shit if I get that job like immediately, because they have a huge signing bonus with like $30,000 or something. It's pretty crazy, but I'm gonna go do that. But I also mentioned my other videos that I work in a restaurant, and I'm just trying to make some money on the side because I'm trying to like get some quality of life attachments. Like I'm really lucky that I get my parents to like pay my shit, like my apartment right now, so I don't gotta worry about that. So I'm trying to like hustle on the side so I can like get some stuff that's gonna like accelerate my life's progress and my growth. And I'm just trying to get like stuff that's gonna make me more productive. I got like this watch the other day because I'm trying to like find how much calories I actually burn and how good my sleep is, because I'm trying to optimize my health right now as well. But anyways, I'm through my senior of college, and I'm gonna have to say, it was it worth it. So in terms of financial side, for me, I think it's gonna be worth it because I get to pay it off, and I actually learned like a pretty decent amount of engineering, because the reason why I even do engineering in the first place, like I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was going in at high school, and in high school I was like, all right, I really like math and science. Like I'm Asian guy, I'm fucking stereotypical math and science lover, and I was doing the math and science stuff. I love doing that stuff. It was in pre-calculus, and I absolutely like did shit in the first semester of pre-calculus. But then like afterwards, I got my shit together, and I started getting like almost 100 every class, and that's because I locked in, and I was like trying to get help with my teacher too, because I was like, all right, I need to like step it up, because it was a pre-calculus honors class, and it's actually like kind of hard. It's the first hard math class for me, and I was like, that actually awakened me to do better in STEM. I just gotta shout out my teacher right there, man. But shout out to my pre-calc teacher. I love her, man. But anyways, that's kind of why I did mechanical engineering, because mechanical engineering is also like a pretty broad engineering spectrum like degree, because you can do a lot of stuff in mechanical engineering. You learn a lot about a lot of stuff. Like obviously you learn about mechanics, like physics, mechanics, and statics and deforms, and you also learn about like vibrational stuff, and you also learn about fluid stuff, and you also learn about like electronics. Like electronics I fucking suck at, but I would say like I'm pretty good at the fluid mechanics stuff, because that's what I'm like interested, because I kind of found out what my interest is now a bit more. So I'm actually like really interested in like waters type of stuff, and I really like I kind of wanted to do marine biology, and now I kind of also want to do like neuroscience, because I think that's really cool. Like I'm really interested in that stuff, because ever since I started getting my health a bit more interested, I was watching a guy named Andrew Huberman on YouTube, or I still am, and I got really interested in neuroscience by watching him. And marine biology was also something I liked, because I really like water stuff. So I was really loving like Finding Nemo as a kid, and I just love water because I also go to my like fishing trips with my dad and shit, and we just go to the ocean, and I'm just like amazed by the spectacle of water of everywhere, man. This is awesome, dude. I also play like a bit of Subnautica. I love the water, man. And That's kind of why I also kind of like fluids, because this is water. But that's kind of like what I would have otherwise done. But it's too late now. And marine biology is not really a good like career if you want to make money. Mechanical engineering is pretty solid, and I can do water stuff too in mechanical engineering. So it's chill, man. I think it's a pretty good like pick for me. I also kind of want to do computer science, but computer science, like I don't think my IQ's high enough for that shit, dude. It's so hard, bro. Like if you're really smart, you got that like logical brain, you should probably do computer science because that's so much money. But college, was it worth it? I think yes for me personally. And should you go to college? So I just want to talk about some. So I know that was a huge like rant about my whole story, but I just kind of want to say if college is worth it for you. So we're just gonna go through some like objective like parameters. So what is the reason to go to college in the first place? So college, you shouldn't like just automatically brain dead go to college after high school, but it's a solid decision if you want to actually like get a solid career in the future. So I think college is a financial investment. It's an investment of your money because you have to pay money to go to college. And what you receive for going to college, you get a degree and you get clout. You get stuff to put on your resume so you can get a job because that's kind of what college is for. And I think in that perspective, you want to go to college for education that you can only specifically get that education from college. Like engineering, for example, STEM, you can only get that stuff from college. You can't like learn that on your own and just call and just like apply for an engineering job. You can't be an engineer without an engineering degree. So it is worth it in the case that you want to actually go through the 4 year investment and get that degree and then you get that stable job so you don't really got to worry about money as long as you're not a dumbass and spend your money on bullshit things and actually spend money on things that's going to make you more money. Then it will be worth it for you. But there's also the opportunity of cost of the 4 years spent in college. So a lot of people, they go to college right after high school, right? Like they don't really know what they're doing. Like I'm 20 and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And like 20 is a pretty young age still. And the opportunity cost is that like at that age, you don't really know what you're doing. And college is not a bad start because you get to like talk to like some other people. You get to mingle with people around your age, and you also get a bit more experience in like actual life because you get more pitches to do internships and all of that stuff where you can actually get a taste for what the job experience is and what the actual life, real life is. So that's like a pretty good decision in that aspect. But if you didn't go to college, what would you actually do? So if you don't go to college, I don't think that's really good. I mean, if you're really locked in and you have the dedication and goals to actually do something besides college right after high school, like I highly doubt a lot of you guys are probably in that state. I feel like a lot of people after high school, they don't really know what they're doing. But in the rare case that you are that person that can lock in and know what they're going to do right after high school, then that's probably the case that you probably shouldn't do college and you probably should lock in into like I don't know, like maybe you want to start a business or something and you actually got like a business starting up in high school and is actually kind of making you a lot of money, then boom, you can do that and just focus on that. But I think college is a pretty decent like safety net. Like you can still go to college and do the business. Like in that case, I guess that yeah, it's pretty worth it in general. In college, it's a pretty good financial decision, but you have to like go through the 4 year investment and actually get the degree. And you should also take a degree that is also going to make you money, is actually useful to the world because you're trying to learn a skill that you can only get from college and a skill that's useful to most of humanity. Another thing about like what degree you should do. So there's like a side between passion versus money. So as I said, that money is probably should be your number one goal if you're going to go to college, because I did mechanical engineering for the money as well. Because again, college is an investment, it's a financial decision for you to like have more money in the future. And if you can actually combine both your passion, like your interest and your desire for money, that's probably the best fit. Like that's why I did mechanical engineering, because I had a passion for math and science and I also wanted that money, and I was just kind of interested in it overall. That's kind of my decision behind it. But you want to ideally have a decision for a degree that combines both your passion and your money. Like if you just do one just for the money, I mean that's honestly better than just doing it for the passion. But at least for the money part, it motivates you to actually like get through the whole program so you can make that money. On the side of passion though, if you're gonna work in like some weird bullshit like weird degree that nobody cares about, but you just do it because you love it. Like marine biology, for example. I don't like. I did a bit of research about marine biology, and there's not a lot of like career perspectives towards like the late game. Like you're not gonna make that much money. And I was like, okay, I could have done marine biology for the passion, but marine biology is not gonna make me any money. It's not a good choice. So definitely you have to consider both those options, passion and money, when you think about what degree you want to do. Oh shit, I should have said this earlier, but what is like the point of college? So college, in my opinion, is that you go there to learn how to think. Like you learn there how you go there to learn how to like actually think about like complex problems and think about solutions to those complex problems. So Jordan Peterson, I like to watch Jordan Peterson a bit, and he says some stuff that college is a very effective tool in like in terms of like the liberal arts studies. Like people like to shit on liberal arts, like English and like writing and journalism, all that cool stuff. That's like liberal arts side of things. And people like to shit on it because a lot of liberal arts people right after college, they either do like the really ambitious ones are going to go to grad school and become a professor, or the other ones they don't end up finding a job and they end up pushing papers for someone for like $12 an hour. And there's like it either goes both ways. And the thing about liberal arts is that Jordan Peterson was kind of saying that liberal arts don't really give you a lot of success in the way of making you think, because a lot of people are complaining that they don't actually learn anything in liberal arts. But the whole point of liberal arts is that you have to gain an ability to effectively communicate and criticize other people's opinions while effectively communicating your own. And that's kind of like the main point from doing liberal arts. Like it's definitely like a path of honor. I feel like to do liberal arts just to think that way, like to have the most effective communication as possible. But the thing about it is that a lot of people are kind of getting neglected from that because they don't learn a lot in liberal arts. Like I'm not here to shit on liberal arts. Like you can do it if you want to do it and you want to learn how to communicate effectively, but you have to kind of do a bit more on your own part to actually gain those skills. Because I don't know about, I don't have a lot of people in liberal arts like as I know them. Like I don't have a lot of friends I know in liberal arts, but I just know that they don't really teach you a lot of stuff that makes you know how to think effectively. But in the side of engineering, like STEM, I feel like they do a pretty decent job in making you think how to, and making you know how to think stuff. So I'm trying to do the engineering problems, right? An engineer, the main core concept is that they want you to look at a problem and they want you to know how to do it. Like you want to go through the analytical steps in your mind and figure out how can we solve this problem. And I did learn that through my years here at Tech, and I do know like how to solve an engineering problem if I look at it, or at least I know how to tackle it, and maybe I can call for some help to like actually fully solve it. But I did learn that ability on how to think, and for that reason, college, the whole point is just to learn how to think, and I got that. You also got to do things on your own part to actually learn how to think. And then on the side of like the fun side of college, parties and drugs. So personally, I don't really like the party lifestyle where you go into like a really cramped place and you just everyone is drunk on high on some drugs and they're all like dancing or some shit. I mean, it sounds like a fun time, but me personally, I'm not really that interested in it because one, I'm not trying to drink alcohol because I just know it's gonna really mess up my psoriasis. Like it's an autoimmune disorder, and if I drink alcohol, it's gonna probably make it really bad. And I also watch like some educational stuff about alcohol. Apparently, alcohol can actually make you lose brain cells because it permeates like the blood-brain barrier in your brain, and it actually like destroys like this layer of your brain. It actually thins it if you're a chronic drinker. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. And alcohol can make you fat. Like there's a lot of bad stuff about alcohol. I just don't think it's worth it for me to like have the enjoyment of the buzz. Like I used to drink alcohol a little bit, like under the age of 21. I used to drink it here and there, but I don't drink it like that much. I never drank to the point that I got drunk. I only drank like 10 times in my whole life probably. But parties and drugs, so my experience is not that great about it, but is it worth it for you to do parties and drugs in college? It kind of depends, because I don't really like the parties and drugs lifestyle because it's kind of just an instant gratification. Because what are you going to do to input into parties and drugs, and what are you going to get out of it? So you're going to input a bunch of time. Parties usually happen at late at night. You're going to fuck up your sleep schedule staying up that late and partying for a bunch of people. You're also going to drink a lot of alcohol and probably eat shitty food, and it's going to make your health go down. And You're also going to make some friends of some people that only are friends with you because you guys drink together, and you might develop some addictive behaviors later in life, and you're going to try to quit them. Maybe you develop an alcohol addiction in college, and then later on you're trying to quit alcohol because it's so bad for you. You finally realize that. But and then what do you get as a result of it? You get like a few hours of like ultimate fun, right? I just don't think it's a good investment. Like in my like perspective, I don't think parties and drugs is like the way to go in college. But if you want to do it, you could probably experience like once or twice. But like I think I'm probably gonna go to like one. I go to a few like this later on in this year, but I'm not trying to like go to them every week, dude. Maybe I'll try it like once, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm done, man. I don't really care anymore, because it's just like it's the ultimate fun, right? People are gonna go to the parties and do the drugs because they want to have fun for that one night, but then later they're just gonna feel like absolute dog shit because like their dopamine baseline basically dropped after having all that fun, because that's how dopamine works. And parties and drugs, is it worth it? Maybe you can do it like once or twice, but my recommendation, my opinion, I don't think it's worth. You should focus on your college studies, get that job, get that money, and you'll be set up for life, man. All right, guys. So here's like a little extra thing, but which college should you go to, and should you go in state or out of state? So that type of like topic. So so there's a recommended path. Let me just take off my headphones, but some people like to do like they start with the community college, like their local community college, which is like a 2-year program, and then they usually go into like a college of their choice. Because how community college programs usually work is that you go there for 2 years, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to go to whatever college afterwards, but you have to go through like this program. I haven't gone to it myself, but I have some friends that did that, and you're able to go into like pretty decent colleges just through that method. And like for example, in my state, you can go to Nova, which is a community college, and after you do the 2 years there, you can go to Virginia Tech, the college I go to, which is a pretty prestigious college, and you're pretty much guaranteed to go there. But the thing about which college you should go to, I think you should go to an in-state one, because it's just the most financially accessible one, since out-of-state colleges are a lot more expensive, and honestly the benefits, like you have to pay thousands of dollars more if you want to go to out of state one compared to in this in state one. Unless you got a super crazy scholarship to go to out of state one, like a full ride, I don't think it's worth it to go to an out of state one. You should probably want to go to an in state one, because college is an investment. It's a financial decision, and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars if you make the wrong one, dude. So definitely true to in state one. And you can also try that community college path if your SAT scores are like really shitty or something, because SAT is like kind of important. I mean, at least when I was applying to college, I don't know if it's now, but your GPA and shit are pretty important for determining which college you can go to. But yeah. In conclusion, should you go to college? Depends on your financial decisions. I think it's a good financial decision, but you gotta be actually willing to lock in for the 4 years and get that degree and get that money. And you can also make some friends in college. I don't think I actually said that earlier, but I have made a lot of friends at college, and you can make some like long-lasting friends at college, and they're gonna be your homies, man. So yeah, that's kind of all I had to say about if my experience about college, and if you should go to college, and hopefully this video helps someone. Or yeah, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, I guess. And I'm just gonna drop a lot more of these vlog rant videos, because I just want to like, I have some thoughts that I want to share with the world, and I just want to tell them in video format. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.